let's talk about how I use my delay, because I've actually had a lot of questions about delay, most especially on my YouTube. So let's talk about how I use delay personally. So I can use delay in several ways, but let's talk about two ways I use delays. Maybe you could pick one and it could probably work for you. Make sure you watch the video, because I'll be touching on other things, because that's how I teach. I don't write anything down, so I could just, you could learn some tips from me as I progress. So let's jump in right now. This is a song by FS. Shout out to him. Probably going to tag him on this video. For the sake of those people who are not familiar with Cubase, we are going to be using a third-party delay, which is H delay. Okay, let's just type delay. Okay, yeah, you probably might be very familiar with this guy, H delay. So as you can see, I've routed my send. You should be familiar with send. You send it like a parallel on Logic. So you use send. So inside the send, let me off this guy. So inside the send, you have this one. So what I quickly do is I use, if I'm using pick Pong, I use 1/4. 1/4. Then I off the analog. I bring this to about 30, which is the feedback. It's on BPM 101, so I will trigger in the P-Pong. So let's see how it sounds.
For your love, I don't jaburata all. You get the vibe, they make a man dig bolo.
Now, on top of that reverb, I'll add an EQ. On top of the reverb, now I'm adding an EQ. The EQ curve is going to be something like this. From 300. Shouldn't be 30. Yeah, and this one will be 6,000, like 6K, between 6K, 5K. So this is basically my curve. From 3, it shouldn't be like 300, it could be 280, it could be 3 something. So just use your ear. So don't copy and paste. So, and we have this.
For your love, I don't jaburata all. You get the vibe, they make a man dig bolo. Tamaragba say teme worry mini otobo. You get the vibe, they make a man dig bolo.
The next thing I want to do is to use a sidechain, and this sidechain is to basically duck when the artist is singing. So how do we do that? My favorite plugin for this is SSL. You might be surprised. This is my favorite plugin for this. So you want to reset this volume, the makeup, then you sidechain it to the vocal, to the lead vocal. So you sidechain it to the lead vocal. But if you have any other stuff there that will be singing, let's say the lead and the background vocals here, so that everything will just go off while the singer is singing. So what I want to do here is leave it on 1, don't touch here, and slowly release, maybe mid release. So you want to adjust the threshold until you are hearing the delay being ducked.
For your love, I don't jaburata all. You get the vibe, they make a man dig bolo. Tamaragba say teme worry mini otobo. You get the vibe, they make a man dig bolo.
So let's turn off the reverb so that we can be hearing it clearly. Let's play.
I hope no be dream be this. For your love, I don't jaburata all. You get the vibe, they make a man dig bolo. Tamaragba say teme worry mini otobo. You get the vibe, they make a man dig bolo.
Let's see.
Dream be this.
Let's see.
I hope no be dream be this.
Can hear that.
I hope no be dream be this.
For me, let's go further.
I hope no be dream be this.
Perfect. So I'm getting
I hope no be dream be
on the lead vocal, I'm getting between -10 to -8 reduction, playing with this threshold from -12 gain reduction. So I'm getting that. So you can see, so it's giving way for the singers to sing. So, but you can still hear it a little, which is fine. So by the time you play the instrument and everything, it will just sink in. So let's play the beat and see. Can you hear that? So the song will be very clean. So why the delay is just supporting it. So this is my favorite DAW compressor, sidechain compressor for delay. So let's play again and see what it is doing. Let's turn on the reverb. So you see it's very big now. Then another step I will take further just to make it creamy and, you know, wider and, you know, feels very nice, because that's the essence of, you know, sending your song to an engineer, just to paint it and add color. So the delay is kind of dry right now. You know, you've also already sent your reverb to the same vocal too. So what I do next is I will now send that same reverb to the delay. I will open the delay channel at the delay send like this. You can see the delay send here. It has send too. You can see it has send. So I will now send a bit of that delay of the reverb. I will now send a bit of that reverb to it. Look at the vocal reverb. You know, the reverb is sent to this Vox. Now I'm now sending a bit of that reverb to the delay. I don't know if most of you know this, but just pay attention. I'll send a bit of the reverb to the delay. So this is the delay channel for the send. So I'll click the send section and add the, look at it, the effect. Look at the reverb here, which is this. So I will then add it. Then you have to on it. See, so it will now sound, the reverb will now be sounding on the delay too, as it's delaying. You can see now it's having, the delay also has reverb now. So if I don't do this, sometimes I don't do this, sometimes I add reverb to it. I can just add this, my favorite reverb here, one of my favorite reverbs, and just use let's say algorithm room and just add a bit of this. Then that's all. Make sure this guy is short. I'll add it directly to the channel, directly. I can bring this to the end, add it here. So you use your ear here. So you use your ear here, so it will still do the same job. Pretty much simple, pretty much simple, pretty much simple, pretty much simple, pretty much simple. So that is it. You don't need to do too much. Just don't do exactly. Take it and use it. Take it and try to, you know, try to do almost exactly. Be creative with your mix. So please share. You have to engage. Like one producer told me, Magic said that my page would have by now been very blown, like having so many followers. It is because you guys are not engaged. Engage, share, you know, comment, you know, comment your thoughts. Like, just even if you're not sharing to anybody, just click the share button and copy the link. That's all. With that, it will go a long way for me. So just follow me and let's grow the community. So my next video will be on parallel compression. Most people ask me, parallel compression, don't you use parallel? Don't worry. My next video will be on parallel compression and why I choose to use parallel compression sometimes and sometimes not use it.